In the heart of a dense forest, hidden beyond the hills where the sun set in deep golden hues, lay each village, a place bound by a single unbroken rule. No one must step outside after midnight. It was a law passed down through generations, whispered from elders to children, as essential as breathing. No one questioned it. No one defied it. Because those who did never returned. Some spoke of a farmer who had gone to check his traps after dark, only for his wife to find his footprints leading into the trees, but never back out.
Others whispered about the hunter, strong and fearless, who had once laughed at the village tales. He had followed the sound of the whispers, vanishing into the night, only to be discovered days later. His body lay cold and stiff at the edge of the river, his face frozen in terror, eyes wide as if he had seen something no man should ever see. And then there was the woman, the one who had simply stepped outside to fetch water. The next morning, she was found in the middle of the village, her skin cold as ice, her lips parted as if she had tried to scream. But no sound had escaped her throat. She lived, but she never spoke again. So, the rule remained. The people of each village never stepped outside after midnight. But as it is with all things, there is always one who chooses not to listen. And his name was Adegun. Adegun was a boy of 17, filled with the restless fire of youth. He was not foolish, nor was he reckless, he simply did not believe. He had never heard the whispers himself. Never seen anyone vanish with his own eyes. To him, the stories were nothing but fear woven into tradition, meant to control the weak-minded. "Tell me," turned, Adegun said one evening, sitting beneath a palm tree with his closest friend. "Have you ever seen someone disappear with your own eyes?" Turned, a boy as cautious as Adegun was bold, shook his head. "No. But my grandfather swears he did." He said, Adegun cut in, shaking his head. "That is always the way of it. People tell stories, but no one actually knows the truth." Thorn hesitated, glancing toward the darkening sky. "It doesn't matter if we've seen it. Everyone knows the rule. If you break it, bad things happen." Adegun smirked. "Then I will prove you all wrong." Thorn's eyes widened. "What do you mean?" Adegun leaned forward, his voice dropping to a whisper. "Tonight, when the village sleeps, I will step outside. I will listen for the whispers. And when nothing happens, you will all see that fear has blinded you." Thorn's face paled. "You're mad, Adegun. You could disappear." Adegun laughed. "Or maybe I'll be the first to return and tell the truth." That night, the village fell into silence. The only sounds were the distant croaks of frogs and the rustling of trees in the wind. And Adegun waited. At first, nothing happened. The night stretched on, dark and uneventful. Then, just as the moon reached its highest point, he heard it. A whisper. Soft. Faint. Like the wind brushing against the thatched roofs. "Adegun, come." The voice was delicate, almost melodic, as if carried by the night itself. A chill crawled down his spine, but he refused to give in to fear. "Adegun. Over here." It was unmistakable. It was calling his name. He rose to his feet. Slowly, he pushed open his door. The village lay still, bathed in silver moonlight. His breath misted in the cold air. He hesitated for only a moment before stepping forward. One step. Then another. The voice grew clearer, guiding him toward the edge of the village, toward the twisted, ancient tree that marked the beginning of the forbidden forest. And then, he saw it. A figure. Standing beneath the branches. Tall. Thin. Shrouded in darkness. Adegun's breath caught in his throat. "Who's there?" The figure tilted its head. And then it spoke. "You already know me, Adegun." His heart pounded. The voice. It was his own. He staggered back. What kind of trick is this?" The figure stepped forward, and moonlight washed over its face. Adegun froze in horror. It was him. His own face. His own eyes staring back at him. The other Adegun smiled, but it was not a human smile. It stretched too wide, too smooth, like a mask stretching unnaturally over a hollow frame. You shouldn't have come, it whispered. Adegun turned to run, but his legs wouldn't move. A cold force wrapped around his body, pinning him in place. His heart hammered as he struggled, but it was as if the night itself had taken hold of him. The other Adegun's eyes darkened into two endless pits. Come with me. And then, darkness swallowed everything. The next morning, the village woke to whispers of its own. Did you hear? Adegun is missing. They searched the forest, the riverbanks, the old shrines. But he was nowhere to be found. 3 days passed. Then, on the 4th morning, someone gasped. Standing at the edge of the village was Adegun. His clothes were torn, his feet bare, but his face was calm. Too calm. Ton ran to him. Adegun. You're alive. Where were you? Adegun's lips curled into a slow, perfect smile. I never left. A shiver ran through the crowd. Something about him was wrong. His voice was the same. His face was the same. But something wasn't right. Then, Baba Ogun, the village elder, pointed to the ground. His hand trembled. Look at his shadow, he whispered. The villagers turned and gasped. Adegun's shadow stretched unnaturally long across the ground. Too long. Too thin. And it moved. Even when he stood still. A cold gust of wind rushed through the village. The whispers returned. Come back. Come back. Adegun's smile faded. His head tilted slightly, as if listening. Then, before anyone could react, he turned and ran. Straight into the forest. And vanished. Never to be seen again. But sometimes, on silent nights, when the wind is still, you can hear a voice drifting through the trees. A voice that sounds just like Adegun. Calling. Waiting. For the next one to follow. Would you answer if you heard your own voice calling?